Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. In today's analysis, we're going to be taking a deep dive into Bitcoin. I'm going to be sharing my weekly chart and also my long-term outlook. So, if you just joined us for the first time, this is the continuation chart of our previous weekly analysis. So I recommend you check that out and also stay acquainted. And please, if you find this content helpful, like, share, and subscribe. And lastly, I recommend you join our Discord community where you can get access to real-time market updates and also interact with me and other traders as well. So, guys, let's get in on chat. So here we have the weekly time frame, and that I'm doing that because I want us to get an overall view of the market. The earlier the week, I shared this analysis, and we had expectation of seeing Bitcoin break over 100k, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen. We saw there's a heavy sell block order at 100k level. So, and this is really causing a big problem, right? Because I'll just put it here. This is causing a big problem because until that sell block order is broken, we cannot see Bitcoin pass 100k, and that's very heavy because it's currently across the sex exchange, right? And that's a big deal. So we could see Bitcoin keep hovering around this price. Price could keep testing. Like last week, we saw price hit the highs of 99.8k. That was really really close, but we still failed to break above 100k. And of course, if you're on X, you could have seen a lot of a lot of meme coins, a lot of memes, and all of the stocks trending across there when 100k, when 100k. So I think we're gonna see 100k very soon. It's getting closer than ever. Probably this week, or if not this week, then we could see it on the first week of December. This month has been really, really bullish. So I expect market to rest a little bit, and then we could see the bullish momentum continue again in December. But to then, we just keep an eye out for the market. So we could right now we could see market trend back down, and I'm thinking there's a very high possibility that we could see price play around the 90k level. But I'm not so pessimistic about the market or thinking it's going to go like really really low. No, I'm not so sure about that. I think we could see 90k. Price could test 90k and linger around this level for a while, or probably worst case scenario we could get a flash dip, and if a flash dip is going to happen, then it's like going to bring us down to probably 81k, which is somewhere around the 50% of Fibonacci trend level. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not so optimistic. I'm not pessimistic on this on Bitcoin. So I'm not looking towards a long term bearish look. Market, excuse me. I'm not looking towards a long term bearish short. So I'm more concerned about buying on the dips. So I'll see if probably we see lower prices. For me, that would be very good. I'm going to be taking up more buy positions, but I'm not so optimistic about that. I'm expecting market to linger around 90k, yeah, and then we could see, we could sustain at 90k and probably start consolidating back to 97, 98k, back down to 90k. We could just see price moving in that level. And by December, I'm expecting us to break 100k level, and we're definitely going to get high to probably 150k. Based on the ripple effect we're going to see in the market. So what I think is happening right now is exactly what happened in 2020. If we go way back, we could see same thing here when we had the first initial break after accumulation era. So after accumulation era ends when price breaks above the previous all-time high, and we saw that here in 2020. And after we got past accumulation era in November, exactly funny now, exactly same November 2020, we saw Bitcoin after breaking all-time high. We saw it start moving a very bullish momentum, and we went really high so fast. So similarly to what we have here in our current market chart, that's exactly that's exactly what we had also in 2020 November. And we see after the break, price will linger a little bit and drop back down, but not so low, not so low. So I'm not looking towards a very low price. 90k, I'm good. 90k will be a good entry for me. And if we get 80, 86, 85k, that's a blessing. So same thing we're having over here too. After we broke this all-time highs of 69k, that's when we saw Bitcoin in the day accumulation era. We start seeing price going up. So currently we are a year and exactly the same point we were in 2020 cycle. So I'm expecting we see a little bit of lingering consolidation around this 100k zone, between 100k to 90k, that 10k range. We could see price swing around this level, and by first week of December, or yeah, first week of December, I'm very hopeful about that. We could see price break 100k level, and excuse me, and then trend higher towards 150K as a ripple effect, So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin for the next couple of weeks. And also, I'm going to go deeper into the daily chart so we can see what's happening, in real time. So what I think most people are looking towards, because most people that chat me up, they're like, if the sell is good, and I think what most people think is the immediate short term bias, and this is due to scalping. I don't really scalp, so I don't really look at this few market movement. I see them as noise, because I mean, in a bullish market, you don't want to be caught up in a sell position. You don't want to be caught up in a sell position. You want to be in the side of the market. You don't want to trade against the market. And if market is bullish with heavy momentum, why would you want to consider a sell? So even if we get a short position, we could see get this too quickly. Yeah, just keep it short so it's easy for me to pull that back up. So we could see price, play around these moves and drop down. But like I said, I'm not so pessimistic about the Bitcoin moves, so I'm not going to look into all the sell. I just think I'm going to focus on the buy. But this could happen, and we could see price drop down to 81K. Worst case scenario. But I'm not going to be focusing on the short term pullbacks. I would rather prefer when market drops to probably let's say we could see like this 85K. This is a good buy level, from the weekly chart view. If you focus too much on this little movement, they're all noise, you can get confused and you could get so carried away. So I'd be more focused on the buy than a sell. And like I said, we could see market linger around this point for a while, but just keep an eye out for buy opportunities and not sell opportunities. So that's going to be it for our weekly outlook on this scale. Now, I'm going to show you guys my long term outlook, which I mainly work with. So, similar to what we had over there, we can see here more clearer. Now, you can see something when you look at the markets from a better view, you don't get to worry so much about those daily noise, ups and down, 10K, 5K move, or 2K move. You want to see the bigger picture, right? That's where you want to focus on. And the bigger picture is always where you make the big moves and the big money from. So, like I said, this is the accumulation phase, and we saw when Bitcoin moved from when Bitcoin broke above the last all-time high. That was around this point, right? And then we ended the accumulation phase, and then we started seeing price move above, move, more bullish and stronger bullish momentum. And this exact same thing that happened here. It's that same thing that happened here. We broke past this level, and next thing we'll see is heavy bullish momentum. There's heavy bullish bias. The interesting part right now is that we have a lot of things happening on Bitcoin. There's a lot of promise on the pipeline. Ordinals are there, runes are there. These are pushing in a lot of tiny markets caps into the Bitcoin ecosystem generally. And while these things are building up, it's increases the sustained value of Bitcoin, make it even more difficult for us to see those heavy dips. Of course, it's possible, but it make it more difficult because there is like so much bullish momentum. And in the last cycle, it was mainly just about store value, right? There was not so much of these extra things coming up here and there. But now we have a lot of small transactions that are building up mass and becoming very big transactions. So I believe those things are going to help us see Bitcoin sustain value and also may help us achieve higher price levels. So, like I said, if we look at this, we could see something very interesting that happened. That always happens, after we break all-time high, we push higher, and then we start aiming for the new peak or a new all-time high because we literally go back to price discovery again and start thinking about how high can it go, and that's the interesting part. So I'm going to share something here. I'm going to share this again later this week, but there's something you should pay attention to. Like in every cycle, when we get past the accumulation zone, Bitcoin overall sees like there's two things I'm going to share. First of all, if we pay attention over what happened here in 2016, that was after the second halving, we saw a 3,000 percentage growth from the halving level, halving price. That's one way to say it. And then in 2020, we saw a 1,000% growth. So right now I'm expecting to see a 300 plus percent growth, and that's because I've been tracking this chart for a very long time, and I've been using this for a very long time as well. Now, after the first halving, we saw a 9,000% growth. That was still very early, and it changed by three. by 3x down, we go to 3,000 percent, right, around this range, and then we go down by three again to 1,000, right? So 1,000 divided by three, we're expecting something around 300. Now, this is one thing I just discovered, and it's really really blows my mind. I'm really looking towards this, and if that happens, we could see Bitcoin top at about 260K. That's a very good target profit for me, for a very good position trade. Another fun thing again I also observe is that we could see something about the market, right? So we saw from 2020 we had all-time high of 20K, and it went 3x up to about 69K thereabout. That's about 300% growth. Now I'm expecting the same thing to happen right now. We're going to see likely a 300% growth again from 70K. That will put us at 210K, and that will likely push the market. Of course, the ripple effect going to push the market to somewhere like peak euphoria, like 260K, 270K range, and that's a very realistic target. So at this point, I mean, it's a good profit for any good trade or any investment you're making, and that is a good time to like cash out on the market. So these are like some minor metrics in what I use in looking at my overall long-term perspective. And yeah, so when I focus on these little movements in the daily charts becomes like noise. It helps you filter them. Yeah, you see clearly that this is this is where we are headed, right? We're heading forward. We're not considering too much short term correction. Pullbacks don't mean anything. This is the long term goal. And this is the long term goal for Bitcoin, and that's what we all should be looking forward to. And guys, that's mainly it for this. What I'm going to share today. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, guys, share me your thoughts as well in the comment section. I'd like to know what you think of the market. And also, if you want this chat, it's already there on my profile. You can copy this chat and play with it. You can see I added some notes. Like, will history repeat itself again? Because yeah, we saw some. I'm mainly analyzed with the halving cycle. I take this very, very seriously, regardless of whatever they tell you. The super cycle, the big cycle, whatever. I think market always working in the same pattern. We get the number of days we hit the all-time high, we start into the markdown phase, and then we get back to accumulation era, and then we start the markup phase. Maybe this time it might be different. Maybe it won't be different, but for now, I'll stick to this setup until it gets broken. So guys, if you love this analysis, please like, share, and subscribe, and also join our Discord community so you can get access to real-time updates, and we can all discuss about things like this. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Cheers, guys, and have a great day.